then I started with another call on my Zoom. Uh, mm, it is about like there is a very little tweaks about your personality which can be um, just shifted so as to create big successes, right? Uh, so I'll tell my story. Like say I was getting very disturbed when somebody was passing a comment, and I won't say I don't still get disturbed, but I have learned how to manage it. So the result is I can actually conserve my energy and to channeling into something very constructive, right? So there are so many avenues wherein you can invest your energy and build a network and do something, share your learning, and can help the community, can help world in getting a better place, right? Whatever we have learned, and every day since we learn, so all those things need to be shared, right? So it has been quite some time that I have been thinking about pitching my course of performance optimization into everyday's reality. And people have come up with different ideas. They are actually stuck at very peculiar moments in their life. It comes to everybody's life. Like say, last few days I have been contacted by people who are lonely in their life. So that means a lot of different things for us. But yes, people are seeking to be in a group, to be in a tribe where they will feel fulfilled. And because they cannot communicate it in proper words, so they are, of course, they don't know the solution, right? So mm they are coming up with various solutions, and sometimes it also kind of distracts me and annoys me also. But going back to the basic problem is the problem of being left behind. Like say, everybody is doing something or other in their professional life, right? And the life moves on. Life is moving on, and life is happening. But the 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 what you can say, this the spike that one gets out of life. Spike is the right word? No. Uh, the what you can say, the enjoyment and um, the gist and the push to get ahead with life, that is everybody is looking, and that is not there. Why it is not there? It is because uh, you have a very creative brain. Each of us has a creative brain, and that brain actually looks for avenues where it can invest its energy, right? And that energy, if it is not fulfilling enough, then it kinds of, when even they say na, if you are in a crowd also you feel alone, because your individual energy is not being invested in a proper way. So that individual energy is something with which we are all equipped with. We all have that individual energy, creative energy, which is kind of an indicator that we have a very creative mind, and whatever we have learned, that needs to be shared, right? And people don't know how to do that, and all they can think of is, they think that they should have a right kind of friendship. They should have a friend circle which is right. Of course, that is true. But how do you get that circle? So if you are in the company of people like yourself, who are thinking in the same way, who have that fire inside him to do something, like say somebody was telling, like most of the people actually tell the same thing to me, that they want to do many things in life. When I ask them what is that you want to do, then it boils down to becoming like say very to be in a circle which recognize them, acknowledges their contribution, right? And what contribution and what do you think that they should be doing, or you should be doing, or I should be doing? So I love working with various insights, right? I am a writer by profession, but I observe people also, and people who actually are good in so many ways, and they have learned so much, and they are learning, they are still learning, and they want to pass on their knowledge to the community. And actually, if you know, everybody has that insight within himself, and the same environment, everybody, because of our own individual experiences as childhood, in childhood, in our youth, in our college days, school days, university days, and into our professions. We may be in the same community, but because of our own built up, inner built up, and our perception, it becomes very, very different. Now, when you share that, what are you aiming to? Like, say, if you share, it has to be paid. Somebody asked me, uh, if I train somebody, I get paid. Will I be paid here? Yes, you will be paid, but the um, framework of payment you need to build. So this is the tribe that I'm trying to make, and whoever is in my tribe, they are here with me since so many days, and they can benefit from here. They can benefit from by learning whatever I'm learning, whatever I'm doing. Maybe a twist of that, a twist of something else. We can find out your own proficiency, your own learnings, and we can give a direction. Now that is what people don't know how to do, right? So there is a person who actually into financial management. He is a financial expert, but when he contacts clients, actually to every client he has to tell the same story. He has to give the same kind of initiation. He has to give the same kind of knowledge. Now there are many things which are very, very basic and everybody should understand. Like he asks what is the objective of your saving? For what you are saving? Is it for your is it your surplus money? Is it your for your children's marriage education, or it is for your pension plan? So accordingly he designs. So these are the few things basic to anybody, everybody, right? And after some time, it becomes something which needs extra attention because of inflation, and all these knowledge that he has, and he has to convey to each of his client, and each of us has a different perception about saving. All those people can benefit from that, and he has to save his time in order to reach many other audience, right? So I propose that he should make a course, and I'll help him in making that course and making that online, of course. Then the course has to be marketed. So who is the first audience who will buy that course? Obviously his clients, right? But he has a mindset blockage, saying that his clients are not that type, they are not very tech savvy. So everybody is tech savvy, everybody wants to refer to the same thing over and over and over again. And where is suppose they need some other information or the same information again, they want to listen to it again, where do they go? They again will ask this person to come in, my friend to come in and tell him the same thing again, right? So if they have something already built in the course, online course, which they can refer to and make their own decision, they can come up with better questions, in fact, and people will be educated in a better way, much faster, and he can increase his client base to, like say, at least he can double his client base, right? And the same thing, actually, I was proposing to a spiritual educator who does physical classes for two entirety. Now I ask her if she teaches in modules. She says, I don't teach in modules. My elements are entirely different than whatever you teach. I said, do you teach 10 points during your training? She said, yes, obviously, more than 10 points. So I told her, don't you want your customer to pause in between the points when you teach first point? Then don't you think they need some time, pause time, to um, think over it, whatever they have learned? As it is a spiritual thing and it requires a lot of reflection, and so they can learn and then they can move on to the next point. Don't you think that is the ideal way? She said, yes, that is the ideal way. So then you get time to actually record your points, record your sessions, and that way you can make modules. And those people who attend one workshop, physical workshop, but they need the reflection and deliberation and the internal thought process that happens, the internal hustle that they have to make. For that, they need some reference, right? If you put your course into online thing, then this will be something which they can refer to. So this way you can make a course. This is one way of utilizing your time. And suppose somebody writes very well, so there are so many ways one can write. Whatever advertisement you see, those scripts have been written, right? Movies you watch, those have been written, right? And the movie which actually mm, touches the pain points and addresses the usual problems of the audience, that movie gets become popular, right? And for that you need time. And that, so I am quoting examples where which are like say very popular and maybe high profile. There are low profile things also, like writing an email. It is so simple. It just requires 8 to 10 lines, sentences to be written. But if this is not effective, nobody is going to read your emails. So if somebody, like say when you send an email, if people uh, start getting value out of it and start looking forward to, they wait for your email to come, and suppose they wait for something to read which has been written by you, then you have created one audience, right? And of course, your office, if you are in an office, then you want to write something. Everybody wants to convey the, the idea. The main point is to convey, like say, articulate yourself to an audience so that you can fulfill, you have shared, you have done, you have achieved your purpose, and also help somebody in the process, right? So that is what I teach in my course. And actually I can uh, give that a digital angle. See, all of us should can learn and make an one pager, and actually all of us keep on selling ourselves, right? How do you sell yourself? So that one pager you can write, and that can become something a huge learning thing for somebody. Even one page, one advertisement, one learns so much. Why not one pager? So all these things, you need to learn something. You need to tell something, whatever you learn, and that is how the learning has to be continuously passed on to the audience so that they also can pass on to several others. So this is what I try to teach in within my course. And of course, the entire, like say, we are passing on through very troubled times, I must say, and we need to do something about it. And if we don't channelize our energy into a very very constructive way, then actually we will be, our vibrations, our disturbed, agitated vibrations will contribute to the trouble further. So that is why we should all come in and find out our own strengths and our own ways to contribute further for the well-being of this entire world. And that is my course. Thank you.